Welcome back to RP News.
Or no. Um I said a lot of things that I'm truly ashamed of. I've been ashamed of. And it's not something that I've hid from or like am now gonna take accountability for it now, which, obviously I am. But I mean, I've been in therapy since February 6th. And not because anyone told me to, not because of just because, I wasn't the person that I thought I was. Due to, circumstances. Um, um, I wasn't I'll talk about the other stuff after this, but this is like kind of the most important thing to me, at least. Is how unbelievably sorry that I am to my friends, to my community, for ever questioning that they felt safe here or anything like that. The people that know me, off stream, in person, anywhere, know that I'm not that kind of person. Sorry for crying. I'm not crying for any reasons besides I feel ashamed of the behavior that you guys saw, because again, it's not really me. I've let a lot of people down, and I do apologize. The language I used was really disgusting, really disgusting. And I don't know. I'm really not that kind of person. I know seeing those things is like, well, what the fuck? Why did you even say that? And I agree. I think like 2021, 2022. Very hard years for me. I know a lot of people saw that kind of result in my streams. Whether I'd randomly cry on stream or, ending early over random things. Sorry, this music is kind of distracting. A lot of the the messages and what's it called? A lot of the things that were shown were very maliciously put together. Very put out to be very one-sided. Which is not the case. Very much so not the case. I don't really know how in-depth I want to go in this stuff, because I'm not trying to bring like other people into it and bring other people down who have tried to heal. I do want to say one thing is that I did not get anyone banned. I never went to admins over anything. He knows that. Everyone else knows that. I've yet to be talked to a lawyer. I know there's like lawyers involved. No one's ever come to me for my side of the story. Nothing like that. And conveniently, every single DM that person's ever said to me has been deleted. It's very, very interesting choice. Yeah, no, I did not get anyone banned ever. As I have tried to explain. I hate to even like talk about this stuff because, again, I've been in therapy since February. I've really tried to move past all this stuff, whether like countless spam, that I've received. Give me a second. Whether it's a fake email account, threatening, some scary stuff. Hold on. I mean, I can show this, I guess. Give me a second. Sorry, I don't have a Google Doc up. Give me a second. I'll turn that off. Again, very not, one-sided. Been harassed for quite some time. Anonymous emails, Instagram DMs, Twitter DMs, new Discord accounts. Please talk to me. I've had to experience it all. Being lied to and manipulated for a long time. And I know the word, or not even word, but I know a lot of people saw the stuff between Lindy and I. Stuff that we've already discussed with each other before. Me and Lindy found out about each other, I guess, back in February, like a week before we went to LA. So I had no idea. So I know a lot of the story has been put into a specific narrative. This is the problem, like, I could sit here and explain what's right and what's wrong. But that stupid drama stuff, I'll be honest, for me, I've moved past. I know some other people have really moved past it. We're all really trying to heal from everything that person has done. If you have to delete every single Discord message you've ever sent somebody, make numerous amount of accounts for different things, it kind of like, he's very good at keeping his tracks clean and getting people to be really quiet about situations. Um, I think the more so important thing for me is the things that I said. Um, I don't want to make excuses for my choice, right? Like I made the decision to say those things. And I think someone asked me like where I would even like why I even would say something like that. And I feel like creating an environment where, you know, he spoke like that quite often and I was in a very dark place, you know, being lied to constantly and you know, I don't know if a lot of people have ever experienced that. Being lied to, manipulation, it kind of makes you go a little crazy. Um that's very much so what happened. And you know, I did very bad things to try to get validation. Something I'm working on in therapy, actually. The ability to say no, um, people pleasing, you know, those traits I've been working on for the last year. Um, you know, I know a lot of people say like, well, those messages were not that long ago, which is true. Um, but the person I was a year ago and now without that person in my life, you would be surprised how different um how different things are for me. Um Obviously like I'm not upset that people found out that I said these things, right? I'm not upset about that. I'm more so just ashamed of myself and I'm ashamed of the way that people perceive me now because of what that person said and it's not me. So it's kind of upsetting because I know there's nothing I can say or do to like, you know, change what people have seen. Like you've seen it. Again, not something that I don't think about constantly and I had a lot of guilt about it and that's why I you know, went to therapy and obviously as well to recover from what I went through. Not saying I'm in the perfect state that I'm healed because I'm not. Still working on a lot of things on you know, other stuff, but yeah, it's just it's embarrassing. It is so shameful. Um yeah, I it's and there's no real excuse for it, you know. I made a decision and that was the decision at the time and it was the wrong one. Um I can't even like begin to express like how sorry that I am that I made anyone uncomfortable or hurt. I've seen a lot of messages. Um, yeah, like it's the thing of like even in my private life, like just not something that I do or say. Um, I am sorry to anyone who's seen those messages and you know kind of got I don't want to say gross out, but like, you know, been offended by the things that I've said because, you know, it is very wrong. Um but you know, mistakes happen and um, you know, I spend every single day trying to be a better person, and there will be days where some mistakes happen. I was in the elevator actually on Saturday, and I locked myself out of my hotel room, and some guy in the elevator who worked there, sorry, this is a random anecdote, but he was like, well, I said like, oh, I'm so stupid. And he said, like, you shouldn't say that because words are powerful and you're powerful. And like, you should be careful with the words you say. And it's very true. The impact that people have, and I'm sorry to my friends. Who kind of had to see all this happen. They I am incredibly sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really speak about this stuff before, because I was really scared. And I didn't want to come forward about anything, involving that stuff. You know, yeah, I didn't get anyone banned. I know it's hard to believe. I know he did not believe me. I know a lot of the messages at the end of his spiel were kind of me being nicer to him. I did want to explain that because it's kind of like confusing. But talking to him, I was truly afraid that he would harm himself. And that personally scared me. And I would say things so that, he wouldn't do that. And that maybe if there was one person, he would feel a little less likely to do that kind of stuff. As a reply or anything like that. All I have to say about that stuff is that didn't get anyone banned, didn't report anyone. A lot of those screenshots are out of context, made to be seemed as it was one-sided, very clearly not. I think the people involved truly know the truth. And if you have to delete all your messages, kind of shows your character a bit. But that being said, the one thing that I think matters to me the most is the things I said. Because it just doesn't truly reflect my character. I said and did a lot of bad things in a bad part of my life. That's not an excuse. But I recognized my bad behavior long before this entire situation. So I'm doing my best to be a better person always. I'm sorry to the angels. I'm sorry to anyone in any community who feels betrayed. I completely understand, and I am so deeply sorry. Yeah, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I am very sorry. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a bit of time, but yeah. Um, I don't want like what I did to reflect onto anyone, like NoPixel or the Angels, because again, I said those things. Um, again, those things were. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that, but yeah. Everyone in the Angels, great people. NoPixel, great people. I wish them the best of luck. Truly, I do. Um, yeah, I won't. I don't want my mistakes to be pushed on to other people. You know, those are choices I made, no one else. Um, yeah. But one day at a time, you know, it's never too late to do better and be kind to other people. I know I always say that, and I kind of fail to do so. But it's never too late to do that. Yeah. Um, yeah, actually, we can talk about that, Tiana. Um, I wish some people came. No, you know, I wish some people came to me and talked to me because I kind of heard about all of that stuff recently. Um, and I didn't really know that stuff was happening, so it's kind of my own ignorance in that situation. And that moderator was removed. So I am sorry to anyone who's ever felt unsafe in my community, feeling like they couldn't speak up if they wanted to. Um, yeah, it's not okay. And I know I've seen a lot of things about it. So, you know, I wish it was brought to me sooner. I do apologize for anyone who's felt like they, you know, can't do things in my community at all, because that's not what I want. Um, and I am very, very sorry that you felt like that, Tiana. I know Sammy, um, a lot of other people wonder, I think. I do apologize that you've ever felt like that. And I wish I knew sooner that I could have helped. Um, yeah, I don't want to like, you know, just keep saying sorry, but I don't want to like keep repeating myself, but I am sorry to anyone who's felt like they can't, you know, make friends and talk to people in my community. That's not what I want. It's not what I've been about. Um, but I am sorry. And I hope that, you know, means something. If it doesn't, I totally understand. You know, I've heard a lot of people. I completely understand. Um, you know, people make mistakes, and I think what you do afterwards does speak louder. So, um, I am very, very sorry. Um, yeah, I am very, very sorry. Um, I'll say that forever. But I don't want to linger too much about the same thing. If you guys are here for drama or the retelling of the situation, I don't really care if people know my side of a private situation, because it is private. It wasn't supposed to be public. Just because it didn't have anything to do with anything. The people know, what happened. I've talked to Lindy about these situations. I've talked to Rami about these situations, and we've had our discussions, and that's it. And those people know the full truth of that situation, and I don't care to clear the air or say my piece or say my truth, because like, what does that do besides like bring more drama? People can think what they want about me. That's totally fine. But I do want people to not forget that, people get banned for a reason. And if, you are deleting all your messages and hiding things constantly, obviously you have something to hide. So don't forget that, I know it's easy to kind of look at me for a second and see the wrong that I have done, because I have done a lot of wrong, but also remember the wrong that a lot of other people have done. Yeah. I'll continue to work on myself as I have been doing since February and throughout the rest. If you don't support me anymore completely, I understand. I'm so sorry for breaking your trust. And I hope one day, one day maybe you'll understand that moment in my life wasn't me, and I was in a very, very dark place that I'm thankfully out of. So yeah. Again, so sorry for the people that I've hurt. I know I have a large LGBTQ plus community and friends. And the thought of ever breaking that trust that we have has haunted me for a long time. And it's something that I'm truly, truly ashamed and embarrassed of. Something that causes me a lot of anxiety that I've done. Hence why I, reached out for help earlier this year. And it's something that, does not represent my character at all. And I am so sorry for the language I used. It's just so wrong. And I am so sorry again to NoPixel community, members that I've roleplayed with. If they feel now unsafe, I apologize so much. I have nothing but love in my heart, and I am so sorry that I said those things I don't agree with. Yeah, I'm gonna take some time, and maybe I'll be back. I don't know yet. I hope everyone takes care of themselves. And maybe I will see you later one day. Love you guys. Thank you again. Goodbye.